We're gonna look at some unusual guitars tonight. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. So I was about to record something else, but then I saw this new just listed electric guitars category on Reverb, and inspiration struck. Look at this crazy thing, handmade Torzal natural twist guitar. It's expensive, it looks crazy, I want to learn some more. First things first, definitely a Les Paul shape, has to be some sort of a boutique manufacturer. We've got some sort of a cherry sunburst finish here with a very beautiful two-piece quilt maple top. But check this out, we've got some sort of a Kaler thing here, and I've never seen that before. This appears to be a multi-scaled instrument with a trem system. So it kind of reminds me of like an 80s Les Paul with a Kaler, except for it's got extensions there. And due to that, we have to have the slanted humbucker, which makes me think of like a Gibson Nighthawk. Because to have one humbucker slanted this way and then one be flat or angled the same way would just kind of look strange. So it still looks strange, but it's a little bit more tasteful than what it could have been. But we've got these little tiny wooden knobs like a the Les Paul in a roundabout way. We've got a whole bunch of other switches on here like a Les Paul Artist. And then if you go to our fretboard, it looks like we've got flame maple binding and you've got like this tree of life like inlay pattern. Again, this clicks with me because the late 80s is the birth of like the really fancy art Les Pauls in the solid body guitar realm. But wow, that's some nice intricate inlay work. And of course you got your purfling along the edges as well. The headstock is not the Gibson open book shape, but we've got some sort of like a fletchling. As far as unique headstocks go, I'll give it to him. It's alright. And our lock nut system with a wooden truss rod cover. How's the back of the neck? That's looking like it's three-piece flame maple. With a volute, got some additional bindings along the edge. But now the back kind of surprises me. It looks like we might have a battery compartment of some sort down here, and then an extended control cavity with a tiny little toggle switch cavity. I'm betting that has something to do with our fancy electronics. So let's read a little bit more. This twisted neck instrument is a one-of-a-kind custom hand-built by Jerome Little. And he's saying the higher strings have 24 frets. That's kind of interesting, the whole multi-scale thing. Does indeed give your higher registers just a little bit more that you sometimes need. But okay, there we go. A pickup sustainer and an active bridge humbucker. But unfortunately doesn't tell us what that backwood is. Oh my goodness, I've heard about these before. It has a 15-degree natural twist to the neck. Interesting. So generally, when a guitar's neck twists, it's a bad thing, but there are a few guys out there that swear by twisted neck guitars when they twist in a very certain way that gives you just slightly lower action on your higher fret registers, but the higher ones that you need for your heavy chords. Looking at this, I just thought that was an optical illusion where this was like twisted right here. But no, apparently that's intentional. I would love to try something out like that because we have done fan frets before. It takes a little bit to get used to, but it's nothing too crazy. I've never tried a twisted neck on purpose or one of those microtonal guitars. Next, Reverb suggested this thing, 7,300 for the Walker Horizon lap steel guitar. Okay, a lap steel that looks like a deformed violin. You've got your two little F-holes over here. You just don't have the accentuated upper bouts, I guess you could say. But in a roundabout way, it kind of breathes life into it. It reminds me of those Telecasters Fender did. But we've got a single P90 style pickup, but whoa. I don't look at many lap steels, but I don't remember there being controls on both sides. And then we got some mini toggles here, but nice. That actually appears to be a flame maple top. And you've got some pretty intricate inlay work on this one as well. But there's our Walker badge with our giant nut to get our action high so we can use our slide. Then we've got Grover Deluxe tuners, mimicking the style of Kluson with kind of a Martin style volute. But that's a pretty eloquent design. But what's our story here? He bought it, never got to use it. But he did scratch it on the back plate. It's been fully chambered. And okay, that makes sense. Apparently there's a pickup underneath here that's hidden. It's not just a P90. That's probably why you have two different sets. And it's wired that you can throw each pickup to a different amp. Next up, a local pickup only for St. Clair, Michigan viewers. Randall's DeArmond S65. Looks like it was heavily inspired by a guild. But you know what? For $400, it does look like a little bit of fun. Get your string through tailpiece drilled directly into the top, some sort of an ABR1 knockoff. You've got the red finish that SGs are known for. And would you look at that, they even stole the knobs but put a D on it this time for DeArmond. That fretboard looks surprisingly good for a more budget-friendly guitar. Nice even in color. It's kind of hard to tell from this photo angle if it's perloid or pearl. I'd guess of the synthetic variety. And okay, this one is a bolt-on neck. But hey, it's got a case. That's why that board was looking so good. Don't underestimate cleaning your guitar before you take your photos and sell it, especially if you're an individual just moving something on. Take the time to respect the guitar, and then you can throw this in there because that might just push someone over the edge to make you an offer. And sometimes it can help you uncover something that you forgot about the guitar or something that you didn't know, and that could save you a lot of money in the long run. And next up for our late night journey, Left-Handed Flying V Floyd Rose Amber Mahogany, $600 by Brian's Left-Handed Guitars. He's got some mini Deans in the back. But yeah, that's definitely some sort of a cheap knockoff there. The body's too blocky. See, here's the problem. This counterfeiter was like, all right, let's do the V. They look at a Carina Flying V. They try to copy that, but then they throw on a different pickguard style. Don't do the output jack in a separate location. Like, oh man, this thing's just all kinds of messed up. But I suppose at the same time, maybe they just move the controls closer to the Floyd Rose. But at least they don't have a Gibson logo on it. Hey, check this out. ESP LTD for $900. In the Gibson realm of things, you can't touch anything Silverburst for that kind of money. So I can see how people might gravitate towards these. Now this is more of a modern metal machine. It's got the active EMG pickups in it, but you can always change that out if you wanted to. It's a satin finish, but as we've learned in many episodes, you can polish them up if you'd like. So as long as you can jive with your new inlay style and your kind of more lame horn here, you do get the added benefit of A, the satin finish, and B, they kind of sculpted the heel a bit. What is this? TGF Chop Shop Fender Partscaster. Okay. You know what? I don't hate it because there actually is a made in Japan Fender series that has an F-shaped F-hole. But to put it right there like an acoustic guitar is kind of a new touch on that I like. And it's also blending Cabernita tele vibes in with this. With your kind of shortened pick guard, looks like they tried to stitch it on or something. You've got your simplified control layout here, your sawn off bridge, P90 pickup. Looks like they attempted to age it. I wouldn't say it looks natural, but it does look kind of cool. But that's a oddly fleshy pickup. I don't know if I like that. But the back looks a little bit more natural. I don't think I've heard of this one before. Maybach Lester 60 slim neck profile, price to sell, brand new. I was going to say, this guy must not be in the USA, and he's not. He's in Spain. Otherwise, lawyers would have shut him down by now. And that's the same price as a Gibson. Let's see, is this boutique? What's going on here? Looks like he's using real mother pearl inlays, so that's different from a regular standard. No fret nibs. Looks like we got some sort of a metric style right there, or at least it's not using the skirted knob, is what I'm trying to say. Going for an ABR1 styled bridge, but it looks like they might have aged it a bit. We've got kind of a cool custom case here with the green interior, brown exterior. But now our headstock, treading on thin ice, my friend. Open book headstock, although slightly modified, like he took the corners in a little bit more and gave it the 3-screw truss rod cover. But you've got the green top with the red back. So all right, kind of Christmassy colors. This is one of those guitars where I would have to see it and feel it in person to decide, would you rather have this versus the Gibson? So far, the finish doesn't look like it's gonna feel as good, if you like what you normally get from the Big G. But you also want to get an aged guitar from them for anywhere near this price. Looks like PRS is doing a limited edition Swamp Ash sandblasted guitar again. I've always loved these sandblasted guitars. But it does look like we've got quite a few colors to choose from. There's the blue. I think green would be my favorite. Purple's not too bad. Ramp it up for spooky Halloween season. I'm not a big fan of the red, but again, if it had like a straight grain like that and it was a more prominent red rather than kind of faded out like this one, it could be kind of cool. But even the white looks pretty good on those. It would have to be between those two for me. And I think we'll end off tonight's late night episode with Psychedelic Wolf Design Telecaster. I like how we've got so many animals hidden on here though. So we've got like some sort of a chubby fox guy over here. That's funny. We've got some sort of an evil amoeba over here. Okay, right here, I see like a pelican. Like this is his beak right here. That's his nose portion. And then like his beak opens there. And think of this as like his head feathers and then his eye like facing this way. Over here, I see an anteater. Like he's got his mouth right there. Eye, ears, nose. I guess you can kind of see an owl out of this. Kind of a spooky one. And oh, okay, zoom out. You can see like a bear's face along this entire pick guard, essentially. That's interesting how you see different things in this depending on how close or far away you are. And I would assume your orientation also matters as well. But that appears to be flat paint, so not super glossy by any means. Okay, there's like a jaguar or something down here. But this is what reminded me of the monster caster, because it has a similar like thing going on. But okay, I see it. It's a wolf. So you got his mouth right here. That's his nose. That's his teeth. Then you got his eyes. The back is black, but it's probably meant to be more of a display piece, so I guess it makes sense. But according to the artists, they're all wolves. That just goes to show you there's more than one way to interpret art. All right, troglodytes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Take care.